Some people have the perception, Bob, that that you fired Kevin Lowe. That is not what happened here. And I know I've expressed it on the show, but I think people want to hear it from you because you're the boss. So, Kevin obviously worked with Peter, and he was a part of that transition, was he not, to bringing Peter aboard?
Yeah, I really wanted to make sure that Kevin was part of the hiring process. Kevin Lowe and myself go back many, many years. He's the only person that I was with to win 3 men's gold medals for this country. And, Kevin was overseeing the hockey side of the operations, and we made that shift. Kevin now reports into myself, and Kevin's been tremendous in that making that adjustment. He's still there to help with the hockey side, but he's involved in the business side. And the real big change here is that hockey operations reports to myself, but Kevin Lowe reports in to myself also. So there is this energy from hockey with Kevin having a part of that to what we're doing downtown. And so Kevin's really just spread his all his wisdom out across OEG.
We're joined right now by Bob Nicholson. He is the CEO of the Oilers Entertainment Group. Bob Stauffer with you in Oilers Now. So you're having you've got McDavid. You're having conversations with Peter Chiarelli. And, when he went to Boston, he didn't, with all due respect to the Bruins, I mean, they had some good players, but there was no Ryan Nugent-Hopkins or the potential to draft a Connor McDavid or a Taylor Hall or a Jordan Eberle. Was he pretty excited who sold who here? Did you guys have to sell Peter on the opportunity in Edmonton, or was Peter sitting there saying, I'm not a stupid man here. I recognize there's a hell of a chance for some real growth?
You know what? I think it was really mutual. Peter and myself would work together through the Olympic Games. We knew each other. I think there was a real comfort in, from Peter on how I worked, and I knew how Peter looked at the game. And I was really impressed through those few years when he was with the Olympic team of how he looked at players and how he wanted to assemble players. And hey, we talked all the time about what he was doing in Boston, and he saw how I worked with Steve Yzerman and the whole group there. So it didn't take us long. We made the phone call, we brought him in, and the conversation didn't take long, and we got the deal done.
And Edmonton, and I think the perception of Edmonton has changed, and because I think the Oilers had once Todd McLellan became available, and it was the day after that the Oilers won the lottery. On the 18th, they won the lottery. On the 19th, Todd McLellan and San Jose Sharks elected to end their relationship. I think that Todd was strongly considering Edmonton as a spot, but there were lots of other teams that were interested in Todd. You go over to the World Championships. How do you ensure that Todd becomes the priority for the Oilers, but he knows that's the case, knowing that there's going to be other potential suitors interested in Todd McLellan?
Well, it was really interesting, and it's the way that really Peter and myself work. Peter's in charge of hockey. He's now the general manager, and so we have the discussion on who the potential coaches are. We both put up the number one candidate, and guess who it is? It's Todd in both of our minds, and we hadn't talked about it. We hadn't, had those discussions, so he was certainly the number one candidate from day one, that's who we wanted to go after. So we made that a priority as soon as we were allowed to talk to Todd. Peter went over to the Worlds, met with Todd. I flew in the day after Peter came back, and we had him signed quite a bit of time before we announced it. So there was a lot of speculation on where Todd was going to go. Todd, it was the same. Todd wanted to come to Edmonton. He saw the fit with Peter. He saw the fit with myself. He liked our philosophy on how we're going to build the hockey operations. We're going to have a real planned approach to that, and we got that done early, and we didn't announce it till after the Worlds, just for respect for Todd and respect for Hockey Canada.
So this deal was actually done, a week before at least?
Yeah, we were done in the first part of the World Championships. Verbally, we had it done, so we knew that Todd was going to come to Edmonton. We were watching all the other speculation and just smiling quietly in the corner.
We're joined right now by Bob Nicholson. He is the CEO of the Oilers Entertainment Group. What do you think it meant for Taylor Hall and Jordan Eberle to win a gold medal at the World? Because you, of all people, would have a real understanding, given your extensive experience with Hockey Canada, but not just to win But the fact that they played such a significant role, and they finished the tournament playing on the line with Sidney Crosby. I mean, you're on Canada's #1 line, and Taylor, I think, ended up leading the team in scoring.
You know what? I'd only seen Taylor and Ebbs play so well for Team Canada, and when I came here, I was honestly I was expecting more from both of them. And at the end of the year, I was really happy that they decided to go to the Men's Worlds. Canada hasn't won for a while. I knew they were going to have a good team. They went over there, and really for them, you could see the difference in their confidence at the World Championships and at the end. And they got to play with Sidney Crosby, and Sidney Crosby was the key player on this team. And I know how much Sidney enjoyed playing with both of them. He made the comment to me personally that they're a couple of the best players he's ever played with.